Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to explain about Protista. In the previous lectures I have explained about Kingdom Monera. Hope you have seen that and well understood. Now I am going to explain about Kingdom Protista. So any time wasting, let me start the session. Yes guys. Mainly Protista. Now Protista come under 5 kingdom classification and it comes under second place. Now coming main to its habitat in the sense where do they live. Mainly they are aquatic organisms, and if terrestrial they are even found in where moisture is present, so it requires moisture. Now coming to structure, the cell detail, it is mainly eukaryotic unicellular organism. Protista is a eukaryotic unicellular. Remember, it is not eukaryotic multicellular, it is eukaryotic unicellular, and it has a well-defined nucleus, membrane-bound organelles, and flagella is present where it is 9 plus 2 type. I'm going to explain about this in details in the next coming chapters. Yes, now coming to nutrition types. Now, mainly Protista are autotrophic in the sense which prepares its own food. Only oxygenic nutrition is present in Protista, and sometimes they even acts as heterotrophic also, where the types come under as saprophytic, parasitic, and symbiotic. Saprophytic in the sense I'm going parasitic means which gets their food from the other host, and saprophytic means which lives on the other host. Symbiotic, I'm going to explain this in the other chapters. Now coming to reproduction. What is reproduction? Reproduction is the term which is used when the parents produce their young ones. Whereas in the unicellular eukaryotic animals, reproduction is nothing but fission, which happens mainly through asexual type. And even in sexual reproduction, gametes is formed and zygote is formed and cell division occurs, which in sense it tells that true sexual reproduction is present in Protista. What true sexual reproduction is present? True sexual reproduction is present in Protista. Now coming the main important note, in Protista mitosis and meiosis occur. Why mitosis and meiosis occur? Because true sexual reproduction is present. Because meiosis and mitosis occurs in sexual reproduction, right? Mainly meiosis occurs only in sexual reproduction. Remember, meiosis occurs only in sexual reproduction. Now classification classification mainly are divided into 5 groups. Now one is photosynthetic and saprophytic, holozoic, holozoic nutrition. Now mainly under these three mainly there are 5 different types. One is chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, and euglenoids come under photosynthetic, and under saprophytic slime molds comes, whereas it is similar to fungi, but it's not fungi, it's Protista. Remember, under saprophytic slime molds come where it is like fungi but it's not fungi, and under holozoic nutrition, um, protozoa similar to animal kingdom. Now based on this, what can you identify? You can identify that, see, somewhere Protista is related to the plant kingdom. If we think as in evolutionary process, Protista is a linking type of organisms. See here in photosynthesis, in euglenoids, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B is present, and in saprophytes they are similar to fungi, and holozoic it is similar to animal kingdom. See, they are linking to other organisms, and chlorophyll A is present in plant kingdom, right? Similar to algae. Yes, in algae chlorophyll A is present. Now, as I told you, Protista has a well-defined nucleus, but Protista boundaries are not well-defined. The cell walls, the boundaries are not well-defined. Many members have similarity to other kingdoms. Yes, many members have similar to other kingdoms. As I told here, saprophytics resemble fungi, and holozoic resembles the animal kingdom. Yes. Ma Irama! Now coming to the next step. Under photosynthesis, as I told you, there are three main types, which is chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, and euglenoids. Now, chrysophytes. The chrysophytes, there are mainly two organisms. One is desmids, which is also called as golden algae, which is given in NCERT main, and this is not given. This is not given in NCERT as in detail, whereas diatoms are given in detail. Remember, diatoms are mentioned in detail, not desmids. Desmids is just a golden algae, and diatoms we are going to explain in detail. The habitat of chrysophytes. They are mainly aquatic organisms which live in fresh water like pond and lake, and in marine also they are present, whereas also called as ocean. Now structure. Now structure of diatoms. Yeah, the structure of diatoms is as simple, which has a cell membrane and cell wall. Cell wall is thin, which is made up of cellulose and silica. SiO2. Remember, cell wall is thin, which is made up of cellulose and silica. Now, cell wall is like a overlapping of soap case. Yeah, you can see the cell wall will be like this, which is like a overlapping of soap case. Yeah, that's it. And this is mentioned in NCRT. Remember, cell wall is like overlapping of soap case. Now, next. Yeah, I have written those important points here. Listen carefully once again. Cell wall is made up of cellulose and silica, and silica is that substance which is indestructible. It is not destructible at all, because no enzyme can able to digest that one. No flagella. There is no flagella in chrysophytes. As a reason, there it cannot move in water. Diatoms cannot move in water, and such movement are called as planktonic movement. Yeah guys, I have made a mistake here, so please pardon me. They cannot move guys, because no flagella, no locomotion. Yes, such movement are called as planktonic movement. Now coming to the nutrition of chrysophytes, there that is mainly oxygenic photosynthesis. I'll explain this in details in upcoming chapters. Now reproduction, fission and sexual reproduction also occurs, because it is having true reproduction, in the sense its sexual reproduction is also present. Note guys, as I told you above, silica is indestructible, get accumulated at bottom of the earth. It forms this diatomaceous earth given in NCRT. Remember, never forget. It forms diatomaceous earth, and it is also used for filtration of oil, syrup making and polishing. It is used for syrup making and polishing. They are chief producers in ocean. They are chief producers in ocean. Chief producers in the sense which make foods of its own autotrophic type, right? They produce some minerals and such as, because it is indestructible, as in sense it forms as fossils. And members of chrysophytes are microscopic and float placidly. Yeah, because they have no locomotion and just it floats. Such floating movement is called as planktonic movement guys. I have explained you here. Such floating movements are called as planktonic movement. Now next, coming to dinoflagellates. Yes, dinoflagellates habitat is only marine guys, only marine. Structure, which is I'm going to tell in detail about cell detail. Now cell wall, cellulosic stiff plates are present, whereas here what you got in a cell wall, it is having cellulose and silica. Here cellulosic stiff plates are present. They might ask you as a difference between in boards exams. Cellulose stiff plates are present, and longitudinal transverse groove flagella are present here. See, flagella is present in longitudinal and transverse groove. See, longitudinal and transverse groove, cellulosic stiff plates and longitudinal flagella is present guys. So take a look of NCRT diagram once. And pigments, chlorophyll A green, other pigments are also present, but chlorophyll A is main, where red is called as R-phycoerythrin, where red is called as R-phycoerythrin. Orange, blue, brown, yellow are even present, and storage system is nothing but starch. It stores food as in the form of starch. Now coming to nutrition, it is oxygenic nutrition and photosynthetic, and reproduction, mainly asexual reproduction. It is called as fission. Red dinoflagellates are examples are gonulax. Gonulax is nothing but a genus form. It is a gonulax. Red dinoflagellates example is gonulax. Multiply very fast, so C appears as red tide. See this, whenever there is dinoflagellates in the ocean, it at the time of maturity of sexual reproduction, it multiply very fast, as in the sense the sea appears to be red. And next, coming to main special point of the whole summary, it forms red tide and some produce toxin, guys. These dinoflagellates also produce toxin, as in the sense which leads to death of many aquatic organisms as fish and another giant fish and small fishes. Let's take a look of this overview. I'll give 5 seconds. Yes, guys. Now next, coming to euglenoids, the last which comes under photosynthetic protista. Now coming to euglenoids, example is euglena. Habitat mainly freshwater, guys. Structure, euglena lacks cell wall. It has not got cell wall. Instead, it has got a palisal protein, which is rich layer. Protein rich layer. Palisal is a protein rich layer. They might ask you a question and given in the options like protein which is a protein rich layer, you must mark as palisal. Those questions comes underneath very often. See, here the structure detail, it is having a one contractile vacuole cell membrane, nucleus which is flexible, and palisal protein rich layer, and it is even got a splashed. Now storage, what is storage? It is paramylum. It is not given in NCRT, but remember it is paramylum. Now coming to nutrition part, they are photosynthetic. In presence of light, they become heterotrophic. Yeah, they are photosynthetic in presence of light, guys. But when light is absent, they become heterotrophic. Yes, right. Remember, very important and confusing point. It is photosynthetic in presence of light, but when light is absent, they become heterotrophic. Heterotrophic in the sense they become the predators of small animals. So it can totally be called as autotrophic plus heterotrophic. It can be called as mixotrophic organisms. They might ask a question which are mixotrophic organisms, and they might give many examples, and one of the options will be euglena. You must mark it because mixotrophic comes under euglena, euglenoids. And reproduction, longitudinal binary fission occurs. Assume this is as euglena, and longitudinal binary fission occurs like this. Longitudinal binary fission. And some special points. Chlorophyll B is present, guys. Chlorophyll A present होगा ही होगा, but chlorophyll B is also present, and it is a connecting link between plants and animals. I told you heterotrophic nutrition of Protista euglenoids comes under connecting link between plant and animals, and it is having a palisal, which is structure, which comes under structure. Given look at this, guys. This is dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and paramecium. See, I will explain those later. Now see, look at here the overview of this is called summary, guys. You can remember only this one, more than enough for your Neet and boards. See, habitat of chrysophiles, dinoflagellates, euglenoids. Habitat, marine plus freshwater, only marine, mainly freshwater. Now coming to cell wall, cellulose plus silica. Here cellulose plus stiff plates. Here no cell wall, palisal is present, which is protein rich layer. Now coming to pigment, it is having chlorophyll A. Now here it is also having chlorophyll A. Come red or phycoerythrin also present, and orange, blue, brown, yellow colors also present. I told you. And in euglenoids, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B is present. As I mentioned, chlorophyll B is an important point. Now storage, here it is chrysolaminarian. Here it is starch. Here it is paramylum. Now flagella, I told you in chrysophytes it is absent. In dinoflagellates, two are present, one is longitudinal and one is transverse. And in euglenoids, two is present in apical, like this. Two is present, which is apical, one is short and one is long. And special points. Nutrition, sorry guys, nutrition, it is oxygenic photosynthesis, even it is also oxygenic photosynthesis, and it is mixotrophic. Now guys, both autotroph and heterotroph both are present. Autotroph in presence of sunlight, heterotroph in absence of sunlight. Now coming to special points, guys, it is diatomaceous earth, filtration of soil, syrup making and polishing, and is chief producers in ocean. So dinoflagellates, they form reptiles, some produce toxins, and euglenoids, chlorophyll B is present, connecting link between plants and animals, palisal instead of cell wall. These are the main points. Now coming to saprophytic nutrition type, The fourth example, last second one, it is slime molds. It is also called as mold fungi habitat. They grow on decaying leaf and twig structure. Main stage in the life cycle of slime mold is multinucleated plasmodium. Multinucleated plasmodium. See, this is nucleus. Multinucleated, guys. See, this is plasmodium, main stage of slime mold, and it is also having cell membrane, simple structure. Now coming to the life cycle of plasmodium. See, this is the dead leaf. On that, tiny plasmodium start to grow. After it grows, it releases some enzymes which is going to grow very fast. It forms several feeds. Here it was small, now it is becoming several feeds, and this is the main stage plasmodium. This is a plasmodium. Now under unfavorable condition means when the food is finished, it forms the fruiting body. Like this, on the plasmodium it forms the fruiting body. Now the on fruiting body, spore gets formation. Spore gets formed. See, here the spore is getting formed on the fruiting body. Now this spore forms gametes or meiosis occur. Meiosis. This spore forms the gametes. Gametes form zygote. Mitosis. Here meiosis, here mitosis. Gametes from zygote and zygote again from plasmodium. This is the simple life cycle, remember. Now, the main points here, it is having true cell wall. Dispersed by air current. Yes, these spores must disperse by air currents, right? Now, survive for years, more than 10,000, more than 1,000 years. So, spores are nothing but fossils for some times. And nutrition is saprophytic, they are decomposers. Now, the last part of the session, protozoan nutrition type. Protozoan type. Now, introduction. They are unicellular eukaryotic, close relatives of animals. Close relatives of animals. Cell wall is absent as it is close relative of animals, and they are heterotrophic habitat. They are free living, aquatic, and moist. They live on moist soil and they are parasitic. On or in the host they are present. Next is nutrition. They are mainly heterotrophic nutrition, which come in the sense as parasitic or saprophytic. Classification on the basis of locomotor structure is protozoans are classified on the basis of locomotor structure. They are in the sense like amoeba, and B is ciliates, and another one is flagellates, and next comes sporozoans. Now coming to amoeboid. Yes, amoeboid. Pseudopodia is present, guys, for locomotion. Pseudopodia is a locomotor substance in amoeba. This is pseudopodia, guys. These structures are pseudopodia. For movement and capture, it is also called as false food because it is not developed completely. So they are given terms as false food. Now coming to marine. In marine, silica is present. Marine amoeba has silica. Marine amoeba has silica. Now coming to examples, amoeba is a free living, but entamoeba histolytica is a pathogenic. It comes to human health and diseases in class 12. I'm going to explain even that also. Here amoeba is a free living and amoeba histolytica is a pathogenic. These are the two examples which you must remember. And next comes is flagellates. Now they are free living and parasitic, guys, and flagella is present. See, flagella is present. Single flagella, remember, single flagella is present. Example is trypanosoma, which causes sleeping sickness. Example is not given in NCERT, no worry to remember. Yes, if you need you can remember. Example is trypanosoma and sleeping sickness. It causes sleeping sickness. Now I'm going to ask you a question. The question is not true for all amoeboid protozoans. Which is not true for all amoeboid protozoans? The option will well-defined nucleus, free living, pseudopodia, absence of cell wall. Well-defined nucleus. Yes, amoeba is also having well-defined nucleus, and amoeba histolytica is also having well-defined nucleus, guys. Now, free living. Yes, free living is the wrong option. See, amoeba is a free living, guys, but entamoeba histolytica, it is a pathogenic. It is depending on others. Pseudopodia, both are having pseudopodia and absence of cell wall. Yes, as it resembles animal kingdom, it is not having cell wall. Now, guys, coming to ciliates. Now, ciliates. What do ciliates means? Cilia moves, medium or cell both. Cilia means, see, guys, these small tiny structures are there, right? These are the cilia, which is just a locomotory substance. Yes, the main classification is based on locomotory structures, right? Yes, cilia is a locomotory structure here. Which moves medium or the cell both. Habitat is there mainly aquatic. Cilia is present. Cell moves actively. See, active movement is present when cilia is present. Okay, remember, active movement is present when cilia is present. With the help of cilia, food is moved, stirred into gullet. See, with the help of cilia, this is the food which moves into the gullet actively. This is given in the NCERT, guys. This line is given in NCERT. Remember, with the help of cilia, food is moved, stirred, moved in the moved. Another word can be called as steered into gullet. Gullet, cell mouth. Gullet in the sense it is also called as cell mouth. Example is paramecium, woman's slipper. You can remember as woman's slipper, paramecium. Now coming to last, sporozoan. See, guys, in sporozoan there is no locomotor organ is present. Life cycle have spore stage which is infective. Example is plasmodium. This life cycle would be explained in human health and diseases. I will explain those in the later chapters. Now, plasmodium vivax. Example, it is plasmodium example of sporozoan is plasmodium vivax. Infective stage is also called a sporozoite. Sporozoite is nothing but a spore stage. Life cycle of spore stage, right? One of the example is sporozoite, which is present in plasmodium vivax, and example is plasmodium. Yes, guys, now this all comes under kingdom protista. Hope you understood well. Please like, share and subscribe, and do comment if you have any doubts. That's it for the today's session, guys. In next session I'm going to take another part called as fungi. Come well prepared. Come just revising once you are NCRT, guys. Yes, guys, thank you. Bye.